Again, my name is Will Sacco, Director of Admissions. I'm gonna turn the keys over here to one of our seniors, Will Thaler, in just a second. If you want to talk after this or in the future about the admissions process here at Wooster School, have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to me directly or the Wooster Admissions email as well. We've got a great panel lined up here, seniors all the way down to our early middle school. And so it is the story, it is the life, it is the general nature of being a Wooster student. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Will Thaler. He's going to pop some questions out to our panelists and then potentially open this up to some Q&A at the end. Feel free, though, to send over any questions you have along the way in the chat, and we'll get Will directing those to the respective people thereafter. All right, Will, take it over.
Thanks, Mr. Sacco. Hi, everyone. My name's Will. I'm one of the seniors here at Wooster. I'm super excited to be moderating this panel tonight. Before I get started with firing out these questions to everyone, I just want to give everybody on the panel a second to introduce themselves. So let's do name, what town you're from, how many years you've been at Wooster, and what grade you're in, and an area that you're interested in here at school. So I can start, I guess. So like I said, I'm Will. I'm a senior. I'm the chapel prefect here on campus. I've been at Wooster for 8 years now, and I'm from Ridgefield, Connecticut, and I'm mainly interested in theater and music. Donna.
Hello, everybody. My name is Donna Tavallo. I'm in 8th grade. This is my 3rd year at Wooster. I'm from Danbury, Connecticut, and I'm also interested in the arts.
Alexandra?
Hi,
Go for it, Jack.
sorry, I was going in order. Hi, I'm Jack Matz. I'm a senior here at Worcester, part of the health and wellness team. I've been here at Worcester for 5 years from Ridgefield, and I'm into athletics.
Alexandra?
Hi, I'm Alexandra. I'm a junior here, and I'm from Pauley, New York, and this is my 11th year here at Worcester. And I'm super interested in a lot of the STEM classes we have here and athletics.
Catherine?
Hi, my name's Catherine. I'm from Ridgefield, Connecticut. I've been at Worcester this is my 5th year, and I'm in 10th grade. I'd say I'm really interested in athletics as well, but also academics such as humanities.
James?
Hi, I'm James Fennessy. I'm in 9th grade and I live in Ridgefield, and I'm also interested in athletics.
Nor?
Hi, I'm Nora. I'm in 6th grade. This is my 1st year at Worcester, and I'm interested in art and makerspace.
And lastly, Noah.
Hello, my name is Noah. I'm in 7th grade. I've been, this is my 3rd year at the school. I'm interested in science and math, and I live in Mahopac.
All right, awesome. Thanks, guys. James, I wanted to start with you for my first question. So you're new to Worcester this year, and you already seem to be flourishing a lot on campus. So what was the transition like for you coming to a new school, and how were you welcomed into this community?
So last year was my first year, and it's fine.
Sorry, got it wrong. My bad.
And I was coming into 8th grade, so it wasn't really like everyone joins usually in the high school area as like a new school. So I was part of this small new group, but I don't think anyone didn't say hi to me. My first day at Worcester, I was sitting alone at the lunch table, and a bunch of people came over and asked if I wanted to hang out with them, and that's something I I remember to this day. And all the teachers are also really, really accepting. Yeah, it was overall pretty good experience.
Thanks, James. And Noor, actually, you're new this year. So could you talk a bit about your transition to Worcester, what it's been like going to a new school, and how you've been welcomed into the community?
It was a little weird at first because like Wooster, it's a private school, and my old school was a public school, so it was a big transition with all the less kids in my class, and like how the teachers focused more on you and your class than just like the whole class. It was also kind of fun because there were lots of new kids that like asked to hang out with me and be my friend.
And Noor, you're a pretty big presence on campus in early middle school and just, more generally on campus as well. Could you tell our guests tonight a little bit about what Worcester's general vibe is like? In the classroom and just generally walking around campus, how would you describe it, and how does it compare to where you were before?
Um, well, I guess there's more people walking around and it's like a bigger campus. My school was just in one building, so it had like all these separate buildings. So it was kind of different that all the schools are kind of together. But the campus is way, way bigger. Um, and it compared like my school, the playground's like separate, so the playground in my old school was kind of like the school was like this. It was like a school, and then the playground was behind. So it was kind of different because there was third, fourth, and fifth grade in my school, and was kind of like all combined in one building, and it was very, very busy.
Yeah, you don't get that sort of busy, packed environment here at Worcester because we got a smaller community, right? Awesome. Thank you, Nor. It's the winter. It's that time of year where we start to sort of reflect on sort of how far we've come so far in the school year, and we look ahead to next year. Now, Donna, so you're about to head into upper school. So, what's something this past year and your last year of middle school that you're really proud of? And what's something you're looking forward to next year as you move into upper school?
So something I'm really proud of and last year was joining the chapel leadership team for middle school. And like something I'm really like wanting to do in the future for next year is participating in theater.
And so you talk about the chapel leadership team. Could you tell me a bit more about sort of the opportunities you've gotten to grow as a leader on campus, whether that's as a job captain or in that chapel leadership team?
So I've really gotten to grow in the chapel leadership team, and there are many like ways, and the teachers will also try to like share the leadership opportunities around with each student. And something like I've really been growing a lot, especially in chapel leadership, because like I guess it's leading and like speaking in front of the whole like middle school, which is really helping me overcome my fear of like public speaking.
That's awesome. Thank you, Donna. Um, and now, as a smaller community, like we've touched upon a couple times already, our classroom sizes allow for strong connections between all students. So, Noah, why don't you tell us a bit about how you've gotten to know others in your classes this year?
So, at my first year, well, this year specifically, the new students, we they our group kind of interacted with them, and I got to know a lot of different kinds of people that were really funny, intelligent, nice. I got to meet just a lot of friends that were new to the school, and I could help along their journey with Worcester.
Thanks, Noah. And of course, these connections aren't just limited to student, but also between teachers and students. So at Worcester, our faculty are able to understand each student as an individual and get to know everyone's strengths and where they may need assistance. So James, could you tell us about a relationship with a teacher that has shaped your experience here so far?
So last year we had a teacher, Mr. Cooper. He was a first teacher I think I like really interacted with. Um, and he was just super nice. He was where my job area was, and I always went to him whenever I needed anything, and he was always really wise, and he always gave me good advice about anything like in school but also out of school. I always went to him if there's something out of school I needed to talk about. And yeah.
Thanks, James. Now, of course, everyone's got their special relationships with teachers here on campus. Does anyone want to share about one of their own as well? Yeah, Nora, go for it.
When I first entered Worcester, I thought that all the teachers, like in my public school, would just focus on the whole class. But when I found out that it was a private school, well, I already kind of knew it was a private school, but when I found out that there were less teachers, um, and it focused on you more. It was really nice because like I do bridge and it's like a small group of people and the teacher just focuses on you and helps you and it's just really nice because if you have homework due, like I know the upper schoolers have lots of homework to do. If you need homework help then like you can just sit with a teacher and they'll help you with it and it's really nice because they're like just there beside you, helping you.
Thanks, Nora. So now, Catherine, you've been at Worcester for a while now. You said 5 years, right? This is your fifth, 6 year, something like that. So you've gotten to know our community pretty well in your time here so far. So what's a tradition that we have on campus that's special to you?
So I would say DQ Day is a really special tradition because it's a really fun time where I can come together with my friends and just um have a free day, like free of stress, free of you know, any negative things that could be happening and just like go around campus and have a free day with all my friends.
Thanks, Catherine. And for those of you guys who aren't familiar with DQ Day, which you might not be, it's basically one day in the spring where we get surprised with all of our classes being canceled, and we get the whole school day to sort of hang out outside and do whatever we'd like. So people are out playing sports. I usually hang out and play music with people. But there's all sorts of stuff going on, and it's a super fun day that we all look forward to towards the end of the year. Now, bringing it over to you, Jack. You're a very successful student and growing leader in the classroom. So could you explain to our guests how the Bridge program fits into your story at Worcester?
Yeah, so the bridge program just fits in like a normal block class. I'll go up, there's a whole floor dedicated to bridge. I'll check in with my two teachers to, I think we have 6 or 7 students. They'll see what work we need to work on for the day. We'll work on it. And then we have one teacher who's a STEM expert, another one who's a humanities and English expert. And we have the help that we need up there. So if I need help writing a paper or I didn't quite get the notes for the class, I can help that. And they just help kids with learning disabilities thrive at Worcester and give them the support that they need, unlike some public schools.
Thanks, Jack. So now, many of you may be familiar with what our DLI program is, which consists of our most rigorous courses and are about finding your own motivation for study and your own questions to explore. So Alexandra, as a junior, you've gotten to take some DLIs this year. So could you talk about one of those classes that you've taken so far and how it's challenged you and allowed you to grow as a learner?
So here at Worcester, DLI stands for Deeper Learning Initiative, which it kind of takes place instead of an AP class, we call it DLI here. So I found for me personally that over my years at Worcester, I've wanted to challenge myself more in the classroom. I've wanted to, I guess you could say, go deeper into my learning. I really want to keep learning more. And so here, I've taken like 4 or 5 DLI classes, but so far one of my favorites is DLI Complexity in Life, which is kind of an equivalent to a biology class. And I've really loved it because the teacher really lets us kind of pick our own types of learning, but she challenges us. So this fall, I got to work with our apiary and work with bees, and I got to do a whole project with a bunch of my classmates, which was super fun. And now this trimester, I'm working on a whole research project about dehydration with athletes. So I've really loved being able to continue my learning from biology last year and carry it over into my DLI class this year.
That's awesome. Thank you. Now also, so our DLI classes are available to upperclassmen students, but for underclassmen, 9th and 10th graders, they're given the opportunity to participate in embedded honors. Just by a show of hands, has anyone here done some embedded honors within their classes before? Yeah, James, could you talk about that a little bit? What's that been like?
So all 3 core classes have embedded honors. I'm in 9th grade, so there's no DLI courses yet, but basically it's extra work that you do on the side, and their deadlines usually by break. So we had our last deadline was winter break, where you had to complete 2 different assignments. You have to complete 7 throughout the year, and just extra work that the teacher gives you to help you and go a bit deeper in your learning and get some new learning opportunities out of it.
Thanks, James. Now, going back to DLI, I wanted to share with you all a DLI experience that I've gotten to have that's been really awesome, which is our DLI music theory class, which I took last year. Actually, Alexandra was also in that class. And so it was, I was in that class with only 3 other students, which was a really small class. But it was awesome because Mr. Johnston, the teacher who runs that class, he has a very unique style of teaching, and it's very conversational, and we get to bring in what we want to learn. He's always got a lesson plan for us, but he would always start the class saying, "What do you guys want to talk about today?" And we'd end up spending the whole period discussing that. And this year, unfortunately, because of the way my schedule turned out, I wasn't able to take that class again. But I was able to sign up for an independent study for music theory. So now I'm taking that alongside a friend of mine, where on Friday mornings we meet with Mr. Johnston, and it's basically the same structure where we bring in what we want to learn. So our independent study program here is super awesome because it gives students another chance to sort of go beyond the curriculum and look for the specific learning that they want, that they might not be able to find here. They can create it. It's just up to the initiative of the student. So we can move on from this now. And let's talk a little bit about outside of athletics. So at Wooster, our flourishing sports teams are not only a place for competition, but excellence as well. So Catherine, you mentioned that you're into athletics here. So could you talk a bit about the opportunities you've gotten in sports here and how it's helped you grow as a member of the community and maybe also as a leader?
Yeah, so I do 3 sports: soccer in the fall, basketball in the winter, and tennis in the spring. And each of them have really helped me with team building skills. And what I really like about sports at Worcester is that everybody gets the same opportunity to grow and improve. Even if you've never played a sport before, you can easily try it, and coaches will give you the support and help that you need to get better with whatever that you need. So I've also been given the opportunity to boost my confidence through sports and kind of like get a purpose of being on a team, which has been really nice. I've also developed connections with people because the sports teams are grades 9 through 12. I've been able to develop friendships with people in other grades and relationships with like all different types of people around Worcester.
Thanks, Catherine. And now, Donna, if I remember correctly, you this year in the fall, you got to play up on the varsity soccer team. Is that correct? So could you speak a little bit on that and what that experience was like as an eighth grader on an upper school team?
Well, that was just an amazing experience playing with soccer and upper schoolers. I really got to connect with people. I'm up in upper school and like meet people that I'd probably not see in my everyday life. And it helped me, like, they also were like a big influence on me.
That's awesome. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, and I actually got to have a similar experience to that when I was in eighth grade. As an eighth grader, I got the chance to audition for the upper school musical that year. It's crazy to think that that was 4 years ago now, but that was a super great opportunity. I got to sort of experience what upper school theater would be in the coming years a little early. And it's a tradition that we've continued to do over the last few years. This year, we actually have an eighth grader in the cast of our winter musical, Guys and Dolls. So we have a lot of opportunities for students to sort of play up and act up or tech up, I guess, in upper school extracurriculars, and it's just super amazing. And so, anyways, as upperclassmen, Alexandra, Jack, and I, we've we're all in different stages of our college process. So Worcester prides itself on ensuring that as juniors and seniors, we have time and we have time to sort of construct an intentional college process built into the program. So combined with so much of what we do here being developing our self-awareness, we all find the right fit for ourselves. So Alexandra, as a junior, you've just sort of begun your college process. So could you sort of talk a bit about how Worcester has helped you sort of figure out what you're looking for in a school and what your next steps are in the process?
So far with the college process, especially as a junior, I have gotten so much help from the entire college guidance counselor team. They have prepared me so far so much. As a junior, we take a class called Junior Seminar, which is only once a week, but we build on different skills each week. So far, we've just been starting to review our transcripts, see what we need to do next year. They've also started helping us look into colleges, so they're really encouraging us to take college visits. Next week, we get a class field trip, and we're going to go visit a college as a class. But individually, I have here at Worcester, we each get assigned a college guidance counselor, so for one-on-one. And so far, everything that I've needed help with, it's been so easy to make a meeting with my college guidance counselor, and she's been super helpful guiding me through the process with everything that I've needed so far. So I would say overall, Worcester is very helpful when it comes to college guidance.
Thanks, Alexandra. Yeah, also early on in the process, we kind of get started as sophomores a little bit because at the end of the year, we have a college fair in our gym where I think over 100 colleges come to visit, something around that number. It's quite a lot of colleges. And they set up shop in the gym, and we can go sort of look around and meet college admissions officers and sort of talk to them about their schools. And that's sort of the point where we begin to think about the process. So we get started pretty early on so that we can end up in the right place. Now, Jack, you and I both have the relief of being able to say that we're done with our process. So I myself, I'm headed to Emory University next year. Matt's, where are you headed?
I'm headed to the University of Temple.
Oh yeah. So in senior year, Jack, do you want to talk a little bit about sort of how the college process evolves into senior year and the final stages of that process in the first couple months of the year?
Yeah, so like Alexander said, they started very early. I've maintained some friends in public school, and when they heard my essay was finished by the start of senior year, they were blown away and very jealous. I had all my applications in by the first deadline, and I was done way earlier than anyone I know that doesn't go to Worcester. Um, as uh, as we get our applications in, we continue to meet with our college advisor. They help us with anything else we need to send in, when we're going to hear back, and as we hear back, they are ecstatic for us. We are in senior SEM, much like junior SEM, and as we are finishing our college journey, that evolves into a class planning our SIS and just planning our life after college, during college, what we want to major in, stuff like that. Just help us not just while we're at Worcester, not while we're at college, but after that, help us plan our life ahead of everything.
Yeah, so again, our college experience, our college processes here are very hands-on, and it's very, individualized to the student, so that again, everyone ends up in the place that's best fit for them. So before we wrap it up with the questions that I have for you guys, I want to sort of end off on sharing an important memory that we've had here. So let's do this in order of youngest to oldest. So we're going to start with you, Noor. So what's a really important Worcester memory that you've had so far?
One Wooster memory that I've had is, I don't remember what it was called, but it was kind of like DQ Day. I don't remember what it's called, but it was like in like October, and we all came to the center, like the campus, the middle of the campus, and we like played games, and there was like face painting like the upper schools did, and we had pizza for lunch, and it was like a really fun time. And another memory is like running down the stairs to art and makerspace with my friends because the stairs are very steep.
Thanks, Noor. Noah, you're up next. What's an important memory you've had at Worcester?
One of the most important memories I have at Worcester was the first project I did with my classmates, and this one is very important to me because when I thought they were gonna be kind of cold, new kid, but they were actually very kind. They gave off a sense of familiarity and just comfort, and we were able to do the project in a way that gave out the best work. So I think that was just it was a very important memory to me, and just kind of it's nice to know about.
Thanks, Noah. Donna, how about you?
One I guess a memory that always stuck with me was the congressional hearing, which I had in 7th grade. It was a really challenging project, and it really pushed me out of my comfort zone. And without the help of Mr. Rexford, I don't think I would have taken it up to the challenge.
All right, James.
Our 8th grade field trip to DC was probably my favorite thing. It's like a 3-day trip, so we were able to go with all of our friends and sleep in a hotel and just learn about different stuff. And I thought it was really fun to experience all that. It was my first time in DC as well, so really interesting to just explore all that.
Catherine?
I think my favorite memory was all the way back in middle school. I remember it was my birthday, and all my friends came and greeted me at the car, and I saw they decorated my locker, and I just remember feeling like I really belonged at Worcester, and to have that sense of community has been something I've really relied on and something I'm very grateful for, especially at Worcester.
Thanks, Catherine. Alexandra?
I've been here for a while, so it's hard to pick just one memory, but one that's really stuck out to me was actually last year. during our DQ day, I was having lunch with my friends and we grabbed some ice cream. And one of my favorite things in the world is ice cream. Like, I love ice cream. So we were sitting outside and we were just talking, and it was so nice just being able to hang out. It was like so many of my friends were all there. We were just talking about life and things in general. And every once in a while, we'd end up having a conversation with a teacher, which is just another favorite thing here. Like, I love being able to just talk with my teachers, not about just school, but about life. And honestly, it's just last DQ day for me. It was just such a fun time, and it was great getting to know more about my teachers and my friends. And it was just awesome.
Thanks, Alexandra. Jack?
Yeah, I've been here for a minute, so there's quite a few to pick from, but I'm gonna pick from actually a week ago. There's a random free period that all my friends have. We are kind of just sitting in the annex, talking for like an hour. I don't think I've ever laughed harder. Just like being with them for an hour, like cracking jokes. It was just a great time, and I think about it often.
Thanks, Jack. Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been here for, this is my 9th year here, so there's a lot of memories to choose from. I'm gonna pick two. So the first one I have is actually also from last year's DQ day. So that happened to fall on my birthday, which was pretty awesome. So I got to spend my whole 17th birthday hanging out outside with my friends and playing music, just jamming out. It was so much fun. And then I went down to the tennis courts and started playing tennis for the first time in years. I actually played against Noah for like maybe 2 hours straight. It was a ton of fun. A nice day in the heat, and it was awesome. And another memory that I have is actually from back in December. So I play in, not only am I the chapel prefect here, but I also play in our chapel band. So every Wednesday in our weekly chapel assemblies, we play some music. So the last chapel before we went off on winter break, we sort of switched it up a bit and we played a few extra songs, a few more songs than usual. And I got to sort of band lead on a jazz rendition of White Christmas. And I just remember playing that and working on it. And I'm a huge jazz fan. So getting to share my love of that with the school community was awesome. But then also the reception that got, where everyone was like, I loved the music today. You know, we got one of the physics teachers to play saxophone on it. So they were all like, I loved the saxophone. You know, the jazz was great this week. And it was so nice because it really felt like I got to share my passions with the community. And I was, you know, everyone was so accepting of that. So it was great. So that's all I have for questions for you guys. But to our guests, we have some time left, so I want to turn it over to you guys in case you have any questions for us. You can feel free to type those in the chat, and then I can direct those to our panelists. So if anyone has any questions for us, feel free to send them our way.
Will, in the interim, first off, I heard about that tennis match. I think Noah got the best of you, is what I recall hearing about last DQ day. That was like the headline from last DQ day. But Donna, I know, so the 7th graders just did the congressional hearing yesterday. I know you're in 8th grade, but you brought that up as a memory. So very timely. What was that all about? Can you tell us a little more about that while we get some questions from the audience?
All right. From my memory, I don't know if it might have changed this year. So it was basically, we were assigned like a topic from our like 3 units that were in the textbook that we were learning in. And so I believe last year I got John Locke. And so it would be basically like we would be sitting at desks, the teachers right across from us, and there would be like our parents or like people in the back. And so they would be asking us questions. Sometimes they would like give us questions that we were not prepared for. And I felt like that really helped because it really challenged our understanding in what we were learning.
Awesome. And we have a resident expert on all things congressional hearings. Noah, are you in the building? I heard you kind of stole the show yesterday. Can you tell us how your day was yesterday?
So yesterday was very fun. We wore suits and we went to the meeting place, Mr. Exford's classroom. We had four groups, and every 4 groups had 3 questions, and you'd write paragraph to 5 paragraph long writing about what your topic in question was. And it was honestly fun because the groups were made well, so the people were very nice, and I got to fully experience a very calm group at Worcester, which is like every group, but yeah. And it was very professional, and I had a lot of fun. Also, I talked about the Declaration of Independence, and it was mostly about the history of America. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I know it's a big pressure day. As parents are often listening in, I think the entire 7th grade parent group is invited to this congressional hearing, hence why we need to wear our suits representing America. Last question for the night. We got something from the audience. In middle school sports, I know, Donna, you got the chance to play up to varsity, but there is also our early middle school kind of athletics segment. And so, Nor, do you mind speaking a little bit about kind of what your sporting experience is like for a 5th and 6th grade cohort, and how you're getting the most out of our early middle school athletics?
So for middle school athletics, we don't do any sports like all the 8th graders and 7th graders and upper schoolers. For 5th and 6th grade, if you're new in EMS, it's where you don't do a sport. So we kind of have PE. It's at the end of the day, and it's kind of like it's kind of like athletics, but you don't do a specific sport. It's where we all go to the gym. We all go and we wait for whatever teacher. Usually it's Miss Wilkinson, which is the PE teacher here at Wooster School. And we usually wait for her, and then we go to the gym, and we just get to play fun activities, and we get to do a lot of fun stuff. And it's kind of like athletics, but we don't practice to make it sports, and we kind of do all these fun games. Miss Wilkinson sometimes makes up games. So she made up a game like Sprout and 3 ball. And yeah, kind of like that. And next week it's kind of like a fun activity week because it's Valentine's Day. And it's kind of like for the American Heart Challenge, which we're doing in EMS. So it's really different from 7th and 8th grade sports.
Yeah, I know the school across our campus is working on Heart Health Month, the month of February. So thanks for that reminder, Nor. Well, if there are no further questions from the audience, I just want to give a virtual round of applause to these generals showing up on a Thursday night. You all rock. Those were amazing stories. You're really hearing the heart of our community kind of talk about how excellent it is to be a Worcester general, and just, finding your passion, finding your way all the way to college. Seniors, we're going to miss you in a couple of months, and everybody else, you got a lot to look forward to. DQ Day is on the horizon with a day like today. I thought those bells might start ringing. So there will be a poll that pops up here at the end of the night. So please, if you're a guest, feel free to, sign in and give us some feedback here. And for those of you looking to find out more about the admissions process, please reach out, and you should be getting something in your inbox soon. So have a wonderful night, everybody. Thanks for attending, and go Generals.